Yeah, is this my contents visible, guys? Say anyone else? Just check it out. This font size, is it visible? The means fonts are visible, no? Okay, okay. So around 155 students. Yeah. Yeah. Just good morning to all. Myself, Anil Naik from IT department. So this session is conducted only like to prepare for persistent systems and yeah, like IT students are having the software testing subjects. But yesterday I heard that this session is arranged because the computer science students are this is having elective subjects, and I think you people are not opted this software testing subject. Uh, so can anyone tell uh, the from the CSC department, CSC, CR, or anyone, like have you gone through the software testing concepts? Because uh, it is not able to complete in 1 or 2 hours. Okay, just can anyone speak from CSC department, like have you gone through the software testing concepts? Just or like shall we start from the basic, or shall we just directly start the different testing methods? Yes, anyone? Mm, yeah, this Akshata, roll number 39, second division, I think 239. Akshata, can you speak? Roll number 39. Yes, anyone? Uh, anyone from CSE? What basic Sharu Madhikar? Okay. No, just like you don't need to worry about. Just you can unmute it and speak. Okay. Because like I want to know, like some one of student mentioned that we'll start from the basic. See, just keep in mind uh, before starting the sessions. Like I want to share one thing with you people, because you people are appearing for the interview, the placements and all. Okay, and there are like 20 questions. There are 20 questions that last time got from the this particular software testing concepts. How many? 20 questions. 20 questions out of 60. That is from the software testing part only. So just I want to know, like, uh, shall we start from the basic, or like the different levels of methods, different levels or the software testing methods? Basic, Lalit Jain. Okay. Okay. So I have some questions. I have some questions. That is the questions that asked last year in the persistent placement test, like similar type of questions. So which type of questions they asked in the like in the test? So out of 60 questions, like I heard that like around 20 questions are from the software testing part, and the remaining questions are from the computer networking and all. Okay. uh, then operating systems. So okay, so we'll start with the uh, basic. Okay, like suppose if you face any audio problem or any other problem, just you can interrupt me in the middle. Like my screen will be the slide will be full screen. Okay, and this session is for the one who are really interested in the to get into the software company, like the industry, software industry. Okay, so yeah, we'll start with the some basics, like what is software testing and methods and all. Uh, so as you know, the software testing. So generally, uh, normally in our day-to-day life, we'll do testings. Every day we'll go with the testings. Like generally, like for example, to purchase any product. For example, to purchase any mobile phone. To purchase any mobile phone, we'll go for testing. Testing means like we'll cross check whether the like how you will cross check. Just can anyone? Yes, Datta, can you hear me? So just can you just tell me how you do the testing of a product, like generally, for example, if you are purchasing a mobile phone, so how you do the testing? Okay. Hmm. Yes. So, like to purchase any product, these are like a verification. You are verifying and validating. You are verifying and validating or cross check. Okay, these are all the different testing activities. And in your persistent, okay, you won't get the some MCQs uh, like what are the different type of testing methods or different type of different levels of testing methods. You won't get such direct questions. So I discussed with the your seniors, those who are placed, and they told about like you will get a questions like they will give a scenario. Okay, you will get a one scenario, and with respect to that scenario, you will get a questions like, uh, for example, uh, like yeah. So there is one testing method. There is one testing method like it is called as component testing. Okay, component, it is one of the type of testing. So when we use this component testing, like or component means it is a one of the unit, or it is one of the module in a software. So like for example, this stubs and driver, there are some concepts are there, stubs and driver concept in the software testing. So so when you use these stubs and drivers in software in while testing any particular module, and they will give some options like component testing, okay, or some integration testing, system testing. The questions is like when you use the stubs and drivers, okay, stubs and drivers for doing the testing. So they will give the options: unit testing, or like integration testing, system testing, and all. So these stubs and drivers we use when we perform the module testing or component testing. Okay, are you getting my point? Means what type of questions we'll ask in the question in the test? No, the persistent, because because as per my knowledge, I think if you clear the like MCQ round, the 60 questions that 1 hour, if you qualify that MCQ round, I think you people will select for the base package. And if you do good in the coding, and maybe you go for the, I think 4.4, 6.4, 8.4, like some levels are there. So you maybe go for the 6.4 if you crack the coding round. So just keep in mind, this MCQ is very important. The MCQ part is very important, and I think you won't get in the internet. If you search those questions, you won't get, because these are all some like case study type questions. They give one scenario, and they will tell what type of testing it is. Like one more testing is there, regression testing. Okay, one more testing is called as regression testing. And in regression testing, what we do, can anyone tell regression testing? If anyone know regression testing? Yes, or exploratory testing. Okay, there is one more type of testing called as exploratory testing. Means what this exploratory testing approach? Okay, what this testing means? Exploratory means here, like you will explore, like you don't have any like test cases. Okay, so here, what is the definition? Exploratory testing approach. Testers are involved in minimum planning and maximum test execution. Okay, minimum planning and maximum test execution. While doing the exploratory testing, okay, without they are having any test cases, they will directly proceed for the testing. So that is called as exploratory testing. So they will ask a question in a scenario. So in what scenario you will go for the, like, that minimum the testing, like uh, the minimum planning and maximum test case execution, or random testing, or without any test cases. So which type of testing methods you use? So which one? Exploratory testing. In exploratory testing, we don't have any like a test plan or test cases. Without that, we are doing the testing. Like sometimes it is called in generally, like sudden visits. Suppose if suppose like in the COVID-19 only, you can just in COVID, in some of the hospitals. Okay, the higher authority will the visit without any consult, without any information. Directly they will visit to the hospital, and they will check whether is everything is going fine. Okay, so that is exploratory testing. Means without any planning, without any test cases, we'll do the testing. So that is called as exploratory testing. So I hope you are getting what type of questions you will get in your test. Okay, they won't directly give the yeah, what is unit testing, what is integration testing, what is software testing. You won't get such type of questions. So you will get a like when we can use these different testing methods, like exploratory testing, integration testing, proposal testing, ad hoc testing, regression testing, system testing, integration testing, sanity testing, smoke testing, volume testing. Okay, there are different levels of testings are there. And it is depend upon, means they will give the scenario, and based upon that scenario they will ask a questions. Okay, so this is like, means I think you now understood what type of questions will ask in the persistent drive. Is it clear? Is it clear? Just mention in the chat. So are you getting concept? Means what type of, just I have discussed about what type of questions will come. Say anyone yes? If you mentioned yes, so that I can like proceed. uh, the one more concept, okay, one more thing is that this is a very short time because 4 5 days are there. So आपको क्या करना है, you don't bahat the the ये this particular unit testing means ये है, integration means ये है, आप bahat करने के लिए मत जाइए, आप you discuss with your friends. Okay, I will share one material. Okay, I have I have one material, like what type of questions uh, they will ask, like for example, when should you stop the testing, such type of questions will ask. Means you are going for all the different testing methods, and when you stop the testing process, okay, there will be one point, at that point you are stopping the testing process. So here you don't bahat, you just what you do, you go through the the material whatever I provide, and you discuss with your friends. Okay, you discuss with मीन्स ये टेस्टिंग मेथड्स को हम ऐसे यूज कर सकते, ये पर्टिकुलर सिनेरियो में यूज कर सकते हैं, लाइक एक्सप्लोरेटरी टेस्टिंग. एक्सप्लोरेटरी टेस्टिंग कब यूज करना है? यस, मीन्स इफ यू डोंट हैव एनी टेस्ट केसेस, इफ यू डोंट हैव एनी टेस्ट प्लान, तो वो पर्टिकुलर सिनेरियो में लाइक वी हैव द मॉड्यूल, वी हैव अ पर्टिकुलर सॉफ्टवेयर, बट हमारे पास कुछ ये नहीं है लाइक टेस्ट करने के लिए. वी मीन्स लाइक वी हैव सम डिटेल्स अबाउट द प्रोडक्ट, बट हमारे पास टेस्ट केसेस नहीं है, कुछ टेस्ट प्लान नहीं है. ओके, so how you proceed? So how you, like first time suppose if anyone comes to WIT, and he will inquire, he will directly won't go to the office or some department. So he will explore the things. Suppose if first time if he is coming, okay. So based upon the scenario they will ask, and also the Selenium software testing, and also they will ask the questions on the Selenium software testing automation tool. Okay, so uh, we'll see whether in because we have the short time, if it is possible we'll go for that also. Okay, so shall we proceed? Shall we proceed? Yes, just mention in the chat. Yes. Okay. So software testing means it is a process of evaluating a system. You are evaluating a system or its component with the intent to find whether it satisfies the requirement or not. Software testing means how you will define. Software testing means what? We are evaluating the system, or we are checking the system whether it is working properly or not. For example, in your computer, suppose if you open a browser, you double click on the browser and you will test whether whether it is working or not. Okay, so you are evaluating a system or its component with the intent to find whether it satisfies the specified requirement or not. Okay, so with one example, with one example I can show you. So like two days before I have installed one software that is external. Okay, so this is one software external, like it works like here you can write, means it is a pen tool is available, and here you can write, for example, here it look like in notebook you are writing software testing for persistent systems. Okay, so here see I'm getting some errors. Okay, so likewise we have to check whether the particular software, like how user friendly. So just I have like written some content, okay, with the keyboard, and I clicked in the somewhere in the middle, and here see my is it visible my the processing the icon? Yeah, can anyone say yes? Because my Screen is mini, it is a full screen. Is it visible? Datta, Datta, Dhanvantri Jadhav, Mayuri. Yeah, means here I am facing the problem, right? Uh, like this particular tool, it is not working. So in this way, we have to test the software. Okay. In simple words, testing is executing a system in order to identify any gaps to errors. Yes, in this particular software. Okay, in this particular software, we found some errors. Okay, we found the errors. So testing is an executing system in order to identify any gaps, errors or missing requirements in contrary to the actual requirement. So, but this particular software, it is open source, external, but it is very useful. Look, like for example, here I write something and there are some features are it is like it is not working, but yeah. So here I can erase or like here like compared to this tool. Okay, here means you can understand that is whatever I rating instead of purchasing that tool. Okay, like yeah, this particular software is working fine. There are some limitations are there. Okay, there are some limitations, but it is okay whatever means as per without, because it's a free of cost. And the whatever the text is coming in a similar to what we use in a tablet mode, in a pen tablet. So I hope you got what is the how we do the testing. Yeah. So software testing, these are the some different definitions. A process of analyzing a software item to detect the difference between the existing and required conditions. That is, if any defects, error, bugs, to evaluate the features of the software system. Okay, to detect or to find any errors. So who does the testing? Testing who will do? The testing is done by the even developers and also the professional testers. It depends on the process. It depends on the process and the associated stakeholders of the projects. In IT industry, large companies have a team with the responsibility to evaluate the developed software in the context of the given requirement. So testing count karte hai. Testing means in some organization there may be a separate professional team like software testers. The software tester, their job is only to do the software testing. And in some organization, in agile methodology and all, the team that contains the software developer and the testers, or the candidates, they know both the development and the testing concepts. Like now the persistent is recruiting you people, the the persistent company is recruiting you people, and they are expecting the candidate has to go for the software developer and also the software testing. Means you should know both the technology, you should know the development and also the testing. Okay, instead of hiring the another one, instead of hiring the separate testers, instead of hiring separate testers, so what they are doing, they are finding both the qualities in one person. Okay, so that's why the okay, in agile team, in agile, the candidate has to know both the development knowledge, the programming skills and testing knowledge. Okay, so who does the testing means it is depend upon the process, and here there are separate and it is depend upon the organization. If there is separate like separate testing team is involved, or the development people also, they can do the testing, because the unit testing is all the no unit testing is done by the developer, means a particular module. Okay, we will tell what are the different type of testings. So just keep in mind who does the testing means it is not only the testing testers. कौन करता है? Developer भी करता है. Even the analyst also they will do, like they will analyze the proposals and all proposal. Okay, so it is depend upon the process and the associated stakeholders. Associated stakeholders, it is very important. Associated stakeholders is very important. Associated with stakeholders means even we can say like the customer is also involved in the testing, because he has to agree, no. This is the what the customer is expected, like alpha testing, beta testing. In that we'll involve the customer also for the validation. So moreover, the developers also conduct a testing which is called as unit testing. Who? The developers. The developer also, they will conduct a testing which is called as unit testing. And in most cases the professional are involved in testing a system within their respective capacities. So what are the stakeholders? Software tester, software developer, project lead or manager, end users. End users means the customers or the end users, the one who are using the softwares. Okay. So the different companies have the different designations for the people who test the software on the basis of their experience and knowledge. Okay. The designation like software tester, software quality assurance engineer or quality assurance analyst. Okay. So these are the different designations, but these are the stakeholder who will do the testing. टेस्टिंग कौन करता है? इट इज नॉट ओनली द सॉफ्टवेयर टेस्टर, ये सिर्फ टेस्टर का काम है मीन्स नहीं है. ओके. The software testing is done by testers, developers, the project lead or managers, analyst, and also the end users. All they are involved in the testing a particular software. So when to start the testing? What is the best way when to start the testing? The early start, the early start to the testing that reduces the cost and time to rework. Okay. हम टेस्टिंग कब स्टार्ट करना चाहिए? Okay, in normally in the project, in the whatever the student project, we normally we don't go for the testing. Am I right? नॉर्मल जो आप स्टूडेंट प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं, आई थिंक यू पीपल आर गॉन थ्रू इन द एसएच एंड ऑल. एसएच वगैरह आपने किया है, बट नॉर्मली इन द स्टूडेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स यू डोंट गो फॉर any software like testing methods of using, means it is like just a informal way of the testing, informal way of the testing. But actually to improve the quality of the software and all, you have to do the testing in the early phases. In the early phases only you have to do the testing. For example, general example, construction of a house. अभी आपका एक लाइक एक 5 फ्लोर का बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्ट हो रहा है. ओके. इफ देयर इज ए कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ 5 फ्लोर बिल्डिंग, तो ये 5 फ्लोर के बिल्डिंग में ये बेस वगैरह स्ट्रांग रहा तो भी मीन्स वी हैव टू डू द अर्ली टेस्टिंग. अर्ली टेस्टिंग मीन्स वगैरह सब प्लान वगैरह करेक्ट है कि नहीं है, एज पर द प्लान. एम आई राइट? टेस्टिंग मीन्स अर्ली टेस्टिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अभी आप जब एक 5 फ्लोर का बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्ट कर रहे हो, उसमें बेस स्ट्रांग नहीं रहा तो इट विल बी प्रॉब्लम इन द फ्यूचर. यस, दैट्स व्हाई. So whatever the plan is there, so as per the plan you have to go. Yeah. Wait a minute. Hello sir. Hello. Hello sir. Okay. Yeah, we'll continue. Sorry for that. Uh, so when to start the starting? Early start. Early start that reduces the cost and time. Yes. Am I audible? Am I audible? No. Yes. Say anyone. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So early start is very important. Why? Why? Because to reduce the cost of the project and the time to rework. Okay. So early testing is very important. Then, however, in the software development lifecycle, testing can be started from the requirement gathering. Okay, in SDLC, in software development lifecycle, the testing that is started from the requirement gathering phase, continue till the deployment software. So early testing, that will start from the requirement phase and till the deployment of the software. So that is when to start the testing in software development life cycle. When we start the testing in the early phases in the software development life cycle, we have the different phases. Can anyone tell what are the different phases? Yes, from CSE department, Vaishnavi, roll number 8, roll number 8, Vaishnavi, Vaishnavi Sasture, roll number 8. Can you speak? What are the different development phases? What are the different development phases in the Iti Jain, roll number 24, Iti Jain. What are the different development phases? Software, even yeah, Iti Jain, can you speak? What are the development phases? Yes, do it fast. Yeah, development phases in the software development. System design, okay. Then software development lifecycle model, SDLC, software development lifecycle model is having the different phases. Okay, so what are the different phases? Requirement phase. First one is the requirement phase, then design phase, then coding, design, coding, testing. Yes, these are the different phases in the uh, and deployment or maintenance. Testing, deployment, deployment and maintenance. Okay, so these are the waterfall model, the different phases: requirement, design, coding, testing, and each phase is having their own testing methods. Each phase is having the that we discuss V model of the software testing. Okay, so we have to actually in the waterfall model, actually we do the testing in the testing phase only, or this is separate testing phase in the waterfall model. But to improve the quality of the product, we need to start the testing in the early phase. We need to start the testing in the early phase. Early phase means which one? The requirement. In the early stage only we need to start the testing of a software. Okay, so it also depends on the development model that is being used. For example, waterfall model, the formal testing is conducted in the testing phase. Okay, in waterfall model, what we do, we'll do the testing in the that particular testing phase only. Requirement analysis, designing, coding, testing and deployment, maintenance. तो उसमें जो testing phase है, in that particular testing phase only we go for the testing. But what happens, if you do the testing at the last phase, then it may create like suppose if you detect the any defects or errors in the product, then the cost will be more, and it takes more time also. So but in the incremental model, the testing is performed at the end of the every increment. Okay, increment model means, for example, this is one increment, this is second increment, this is third increment. Okay, this is fourth n increment. Like one increment means what? It is a contain the requirement phase, design phase, coding, testing. This is one module or one iteration. So similar to that, in the second module, second iteration, third iteration, and in the fourth iteration. So in every phase, in every iteration, we are doing the testing. In every iteration, we are doing the testing, right? In every iteration we are doing the testing, so that improves the quality of the software product. But in case of waterfall model, what we are doing, we are doing the testing only at once, right? Okay, so we are doing the testing only once. I hope it is clear. Increment model where we are doing the testing at the every stage. Incremental model. So testing is done in different forms at every phase of the software development lifecycle. So during the requirement gathering phase, the analysis and verification of the requirements are considered as a testing. When in the first phase, that requirement gathering phase, in the requirement gathering phase, what type of testing you are doing? You are doing the analysis and verification of the requirement. Verification of the requirement is also one of the type of testing, as we discussed when we verify, when we verify any features and all. So that is also one of the type of testing. When you purchase any new mobile phone, you just verify what are the features. Okay, the RAM, ROM, okay, and other details. The we'll just cross check, we'll verify, we'll do some analysis. So that is all the testing. Review the design in the design phase with the intent to improve the design is also considered as a testing. So this is the testing phase. Review. So review is there, no? Review is a one type of testing. Then testing performed by the developer on the completion of a code is called as, is also categorized as, okay, code means unit testing. Unit testing, the code testing, whatever we do, that we have the some different methods like white box testing. Testing performed by the developer on the completion of a code is also categorized as testing. Okay, the developer. Unit testing, it is performed by the developer. Which one? Unit testing. Unit testing is performed by who? Developer. Developer will perform this unit testing. Developer will perform the unit testing, right? Okay, so what we discussed now, requirement phase is also having the testing process, like we do the verification analysis of the requirement. Design phase is also requirement, that is a review of the design. Then coding is also done by the, means coding is also done by the, like the what we the unit testing, the coding analysis and all, whatever we do. So that is called as unit testing. Unit testing. And also some of the methods like white box testing, black box testing. White box testing, black box testing, these are all different type of testing methods. Okay, black box, white box. So now we understood when to start the testing. Testing कब start करना चाहिए? In the early stages. In the early stages. Why? To reduce the cost and time. Okay, पहले हमने उसका precautions वगैरह, like suppose in the COVID-19 only, you just take it. Suppose if you won't take the precautions in the initial phase, in the आपने अभी COVID means if you won't wear the mask and okay, so थोड़ा precautions लेना चाहिए. If you won't take the precautions and all, तो suppose आपको COVID हुआ, okay, you just assumption. तो COVID-19 मीन्स पेशेंट कितना सफ़र करता है, देयर फैमिली मेम्बर्स. ओके, एंड दे हैव टू दे, वो तो हॉस्पिटल में रहता है और उसके जो फैमिली मेम्बर्स रहते हैं, दे आर ऑल्सो लाइक इन द क्वारंटाइन सेंटर. ओके, सो कितना मीन्स वहाँ एक मिस्टेक से कितना प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, एक मिस्टेक से. सो इन द सेम वे फॉर द सॉफ्टवेयर टेस्टिंग ऑल्सो वी नीड टू डू द टेस्टिंग एट द अर्ली स्टेजेस. Like in the recently nowadays, why there are every day we are getting 75,000 cases. Last 2 3 days we are getting 75,000 cases per day. क्यों? टेस्टिंग ज़्यादा हो रहा है. Have you, I think you people will read the newspapers and all. टेस्टिंग ज़्यादा करो, टेस्टिंग ज़्यादा करो, will get more outputs, because in the early stage, we are finding more number of defects. पहले क्या हुआ था? टेस्टिंग कम किए थे, कम आ रहा था. So in the same way, You people have to write more number of test cases. You people have to write the more number of test cases. आप कितना टेस्ट केसेस आप कितना टेस्ट करते हो, that much output you will get. Okay. I think in Solapur night, I think in Solapur now we are getting in last, I think I am observing from last 10 days, we are getting some like maximum 30, 40, 45, that type of count we are getting in Solapur city, not talking about the other talukas places and all. And the testing count is also more like around 1500, 1000, 2000. ऐसे वो count में the ratio is very less, 5% or 10% we are getting. In all over India also, टेस्टिंग कितना ज्यादा कर रहे हैं उतना आउटपुट मिल रहा है. सो दैट अर्ली प्रिकॉ व्हेन टू स्टार्ट द टेस्टिंग, हमको कितना मालूम होता है लाइक ये सिम्टम्स जो वायरस का सिम्टम्स है, हमको इमीडिएट मीन्स पहले ही मालूम पड़ा तो विल टेक सम एक्शंस. तो अभी बाद में वो ऐसे ये सब लेट हो रहा ना, तो टेस्टिंग स्लो हो गया ना, देन इट विल स्प्रेड एंड हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट करने के लिए भी जगह नहीं मिलती. Okay, so this point you can compare with the software testing. Software testing means when to start the software testing in the early stages और कब खत्म करना है, when to stop. It is difficult to determine when to stop the testing, as testing is a never ending process. Never ending process. So testing is a never ending process and no one can claim that your software is 100% tested. Okay. Hmm. No one claim that your software is 100% tested. And the following aspects are to be considered for the stopping the testing process. So you may get a question in your test. What are the different scenarios when to stop the testing? So what are the scenarios like testing deadlines? As per the testing deadlines, this was our plan. Like in the 4 month we have to deliver the project. So as per the testing deadlines, you are followed. The completion of the test case executions. This is one scenario. As per the schedule, the software testing schedules you are followed. Okay. तो उसके हिसाब से the testing is completed. Then completion of the test case executions. Completion of the test case executions means you are executed all the test cases. You are executed all the test cases. If there are 100 test cases are there, so 100 test cases हमने खत्म कर दिया तो okay, your testing is completed. Completion of functional and code coverage to a certain point. So if you are completed all the functional features and the code coverage, bug rate falls below the certain level and no high priority bugs are identified. Okay, so bug rate, the error rate is very low. Okay, the bug rate that falls below the certain level and no high priority bugs are identified. Okay, you can stop the testing. And it is up to the management decision, because management means the organization is paying, the investing some amount on the employees. So management decision, they will decide, नहीं अभी stop कर दो, अभी stop कर दो, testing stop कर दो. Okay, no need to proceed because they can go for some other project. So these are the different scenarios. कौन से scenarios है as per the testing deadline. ओके, ये 4 months का डेडलाइन था तो हमने कंप्लीट कर दिया, तो वी कैन से दैट ओके माय टेस्टिंग इज कंप्लीटेड. बट जस्ट कीप इन माइंड देयर इज नो सॉफ्टवेयर दैट इज 100% टेस्टेड. देयर इज नो सॉफ्टवेयर दैट इज 100% टेस्टेड. You can't say that okay my software is 100% error free. You can't say मेरा जो सॉफ्टवेयर है ये 100% एरर फ्री है और बग फ्री है. So that professional testers, they won't say, okay, they won't say that my product is 100% error free or bug free. Okay, so these are the ये डेडलाइन कंप्लीट होने के बाद और टेस्ट केसेस सब, अभी 100 टेस्ट केसेस था, सब हमने एज पर द टेस्ट केसेस हमने कंप्लीट किया है. देन वी कवर द डिफरेंट फीचर्स, फंक्शनैलिटीज, कोड कवरेज एंड ऑल. एंड बग्स अभी थोड़ा कम आ रहे हैं. Okay, then also we can like in some of the cities like uh, like now in COVID-19 only, there are very less number of cases are coming in some of the cities. So like in Solapur city only, you can consider now there's a 100% all everything is working as in normal condition, because the detection that the positive cases are count is very less, and based upon that they are, maybe they are taken the decision, government has taken the decision that okay, we'll go as the normal. Okay, so like it is depend upon the management decision, management, because they are paying the salary for the employees. So what they do, okay, abhi ye stop kar do, and we'll go for the one more project, we'll go for the different project. So these are the different scenarios. आपको क्या करना है, you have to think in such a way, because in your MCQ, okay, they will check your mental ability, like how you do the analyze the scenario, कौन से सिनेरियो में कौन सा टाइप का टेस्टिंग आप यूज करते हो, एंड व्हाट टाइप सिनेरियो you will use the different testing. Such type of questions will you get in the your persistent drive. Let us discuss some terminology like verification and validation. So these are the two terms very confusing, the most of the verification and validation. Okay, so just note down. Verification means what? Verification addresses the concern, are you building it right? Verifying, are you building it right? Validation means, are you building the right thing? Okay, you are validating, जो आप कर रहे हैं वो correct है क्या नहीं, validating. Okay, doing the validating. Ensure that software system meets the functionality. Verification means जो भी the customers का जो functionality, जो भी features है, all these features are covered, all the functionalities are meets. So that is the verification. Like yesterday we like I think you received the schedule of these 4 5 days training, and the like the TNP coordinator, like suppose the TNP, the placement officer, they will verify whether everything is going fine as per the schedule or not, whether the sessions are going or not. So they will verify, verification. Okay, so ensure the functionalities that meet the intended behavior. Validation means at the end. Okay, जो product जो as it is expected by the customer, meet the intended behavior. Okay, and also verification takes place first and includes the checking for documentation, the code. Okay, documentation, code, and all. Verifying it is performed in, it takes place in the first. Okay, and the validation occurs after the verification. Okay, validation कब आता है? After the verification. Verification is done by the developers, and validation done by the tester. Okay, we can say it's a valid product after completion of the BE. After completion of the BE means you will get a valid certificate. After completion of the BE, you will get a valid certificate. Valid means you are a engineer. Now these 1920 batch people, are they saying still, because still I think their final semester exam is not over, so still they are not a engineer, means bachelor, they are still not completed the degree. When they complete, when they, we can say that they are BE students, they are completed BE. Once they have completed all the semesters with the pass, and with they have valid valid BE certificate, we are validating at the end. In the similar way, when you deliver any product, any software, we need to do the validation. Validation is very important. Okay, and before starting the different levels of test, I will just give some brief misconception about the testing. I won't discuss in detail. there is a one misconception that testing is too expensive. Okay, we say that testing is a too expensive, a costly, but it is a wrong thing. Okay, if we start the testing at the early stages, in the initial phase, then testing is not expensive. If you compare your placement preparation, if you are prepared for the placement from the second year, from the first year, if you started to prepare for the placement for the first year, now you can easily handle these type of placement drives. If you are good in the aptitude, if you are good in the mathematics, if you are good in the programming skills, because you are gone through the different courses, different trainings from second year, third year, and you are doing a lot of the like self study. You people are having a improved your self study skills. So if you are done a hard work effort, then definitely you will get a success. So you will find very easy, to crack these placement drives if you are uh, prepared from the second year, third year and all. So but if you start from today, if you start from last 6 months, then it is little bit difficult. You find difficult means expensive. You have to spend more time, you have to spend more time or you have to take some expert guidance by paying the money. I think you people are getting what I'm saying. Okay, so that's why we need to do the testing in the early phases. Early testing that saves the both time and cost. आप पहले से प्रिपेयर करके आए तो अभी आपको डिफिकल्ट नहीं होता था. You can handle these placement drives, Infosys, TCS, other different drives you can handle very easily. Okay, so however, reducing the cost without the testing may result the improper design of the software application. Then the product is useless without testing. आपने without testing, if you deliver the project, your product, then it is useless. Okay, in the placement drive they will test your technical skill, your aptitude skill, your communication skill. Why they will test? They want the quality candidates, they want a quality product. Okay, why these process means they want the quality. These tests are these are all testing phase only for you people. For any placement drive, these are all testing phases. आपको they will take different, like first test is that your eligibility criteria. So some of your friends, they are filtered there. They don't have the 60 percentage in their 10th, 12th and aggregate. Okay, 10th, 12th and their ATKT live, it is not allowed. So वहाँ 10% filter हो गए. Then in the coding वहाँ एक 50% filtered. Then coding 20% filtered. And at the last there will be 5 to 10 percentage quality products. It's like a gold mining. It's like a gold mining. Just you can I think you know the concept of data mining, extracting the useful data from the huge amount of data. So that is all testing process. So another misconception is that testing is time consuming. So it is also one of the misconception. Testing is not a time consuming if you follow the proper processes and all. Testing is not a time consuming. Only fully software developed products are tested. So it is also one of the misconception. We need to do we need to go for the testing from the early phases, not complete or fully developed product. Okay, you should not go for the complete means that it is depend upon the scenario. It is okay, it is depend upon the scenario, but to improve the quality we need to go for the step by step, means stage by stage. Complete testing is possible. Complete testing is not for 100%, it's not able to cover. Okay, then a tested software is a bug free. You can't say this is a 100% bug free. Okay, so like look, if I am teaching the software testing means I know software testing means 100%. No, no. I am also I also don't know about 100% software testing concepts. Okay, So any software product, so that is not 100% bug free. So I am also like you people, as you people also learner, I am also learner, I also like learn some new things. So like you can't say 100% bug free. Then missed defects are due to tester. So this is also very important. Like if suppose any of the defects are missed while doing the testing, and you should not say that it is because of the tester the defects are missed. Okay, it is not because it is a team responsibility. The testers are responsible for the quality product. Only the testers are not responsible. Who is responsible? Whole team. The developers also involved, testers also involved, end users also involved. So the all team, all the stakeholders are responsible for the quality of the product. But normally it is one of the misconceptions. Only your testers only responsible for the quality product. No, it is wrong. Then test automation should be used wherever possible to reduce the time. Test automation should be used wherever it is possible to reduce the time. Like so, like I think you people maybe get some questions on the software selenium testing. Okay, so I will give that link for that software selenium testing. Then anyone can test the software. This is also one of the misconception. Anyone means like anyone can't they go for the testing, because they should have knowledge of at least they should have at least one programming knowledge. They should have at least one basic programming knowledge, and also they should have good communication skill, because they need to write the test cases and all. They should have the good communication skill. And a tester's is only task is to find the bugs. So this is also one of the like a tester's is only task is to find the bugs. So here, because the developer is also responsible here. Okay, सिर्फ ये टेस्टर का काम नहीं है to improve the quality of the product. The developer also should involve. The developer also should involve to test the product. So this is also one of the misconception. Okay, uh, so these are the misconceptions. Like what are the misconceptions? Testing is too expensive. No, it is not expensive. Testing is time consuming. No, it is not a time consuming. If you start from the early stage, it is not a time consuming, because as you know, for placement preparations, you know, you are aware about that in the final year you are getting some placements. If you start from the early, from third year only, if you start, then you won't face any problem. Time consuming means what? Like now in five days are remaining. Now if you start to prepare, then definitely you will find time consuming. Means you are getting some less time, definitely, because you are not started in the early. Then only fully developed products are tested. No, we have to do by stage. Then complete testing is possible. No, complete testing is not possible. A tested software is bug free. No, 100% it is not a bug free, but we have to go for the iteration by iteration. Missed defects are due to testers. No, it is all the developers also involved, and testers are responsible for the quality product. No, or even developers, all the stakeholders are responsible to find the bugs to improve the quality of the software. Test automation should be used wherever it is possible. Yes, we need to use some test tools, qtp, selenium and all. Anyone can test the software application? No, because I mean, to improve the quality of the software, at least you should be trained. You should be trained on any tool, or you should know any programming knowledge. A tester's only task is to find the bugs? No, here tester along with the developers also involved. Okay, the developers also should find the defects. Okay, so here there are some terminologies that you should know. What is a quality assurance, what is a quality control, and what is testing. Quality assurance that includes the activities that ensure the implementation of process, procedure, and standards in the context to the verification of the developed software and intended requirements. Quality assurance. So whatever the processes we involve, whatever the processes, like in software development model, we have the different like from the stages, like waterfall model is there, incremental model is there, spiral model, agile model. There are different models are there, and which model we prefer in nowadays, all the industry, which model is preferring? Can anyone say? There are in software development there are, yeah, can anyone say we? Okay, agile model, good. In agile model they are preparing, because in agile model will will like the products will be iterative products or sprints, we call it as a sprints. Okay, or module by module will provide, and iteration by iteration or sprints we call it as. So we will go for the agile model. It is a cost effective, and also uh, it is a most effective model compared to other existing models. And also it is depend upon the projects also, it is depend upon the project that you choose the uh, software models. Okay, so these terminology means quality assurance. Quality assurance means the activities, the quality assurance include the activity that ensure the implementation of the process, procedures and standards in the context to verification of the developed software, in the context to the verification of the developed software and intended requirements. So whatever the process, procedures, whatever you are followed, okay, process, whatever procedure, standards. Just one example I can give you. Last year, last year, 1920 batch, 1918-19 batch, 1920 batch, I think for Infosys placed student, your seniors, 1920 batch, around 101 students, or 101 or 102 students, they placed in a Infosys company. 102 count. 18-19 batch, the count is around like 70 or 74. 18-19 batch. 17-18 batch, it was around 36 or 38 count. Okay. Hmm. 1920 batch, 102 count. 18-19 batch, 74-75 count. 17-18 batch, it is about only one company, software in Infosys company. 36 or 38 students are selected in WIT. Just you can see the the percentage, it is increased. It is increased because of the process we follow for the placement preparation, or the awareness that we create in the students. Okay, because you people know the Infosys company, the TCS and all in the second year only, because that awareness is there in our environment, in the college environment. And the way like you people will participate in the real time project developments and all, in SH competitions and different other events and technical events, non technical events. Okay, so because all these the process. Okay, and you people will attend some of the sessions, training sessions and all. And at last it comes your effort. These are the processes. Okay, the processes, procedure. Procedure means how you followed. Okay, whether you followed like whatever the like the from second year, third year and final year, as you, if you are taken seriously about this placement preparation and all, and if you are with standards. Okay, if you followed all these steps, then that is quality assurance. If the quality assurance is going well, like if you are good percentage, if you are good in all the activities, if you are developed some mini projects, some smart India hack, if you are participated in some hackathons and all, these are all the quality assurance processes you are followed. And definitely the quality control means it includes the activity that ensure the verification of the developed software with respect to document. Means definitely you will get the quality product. Quality product means what? You will place in the, because if you are, if you have done a effort, hard work, if you have good determination, definitely you will place in the company. So just I want to say, like there is a some words are there. Okay, just I want to mention, you people should know. I will start from the alphabet, like awareness. You should know awareness, what you are doing, what why you are in this session. You should know, you are aware about this. आप क्या कर रहे हो, क्यों कर रहे हो, किसके लिए कर रहे हो. You want a job, right? Awareness. आपको वो मालूम रहना चाहिए. If you are कंप्यूटर साइंस और आईटी इंजीनियर, तो आपको मालूम रहना चाहिए कि मुझे जॉब चाहने के लिए मुझे क्या करना चाहिए. द अवेयरनेस, बिलीफ. यू शुड हैव a स्ट्रॉन्ग बिलीफ. मैं कर सकता हूँ, मैं करूँगा. यू शुड हैव a बिलीफ. सी, कॉन्फिडेंस. यू शुड हैव कॉन्फिडेंस. इवन इफ यू आर नॉट क्रैक्ड फर्स्ट, इन्फोसिस नहीं हुआ, टीसीएस कोर विटा नहीं हुआ, but you should not lose your confidence. You can do it because still you are a fresher. You have a label, 2021 batch label है आपका. So still you have a time. You can do that. Confidence. D, determination. You should have a strong determination. मुझे क्या करना है, मेरा determination क्या है, आपको पता रहना चाहिए. E, effort. Without effort you won't achieve anything. आपका effort नहीं रहा तो आप कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते. Yes. F. F means what? Fear. डर नहीं रहना चाहिए. You should not have fear about attending the interviews, or because वो डर रहा ना, then you can't achieve anything. You should not have any fear. G. What is G? H. Happy, happiness. You should be happy always. Like जब हम डर के जो पढ़ते हैं ना, like whenever you study, whenever you should be happy. That time only you can remember some like contents. आप जब डर के और some with a pressure if you study, with a pressure. Okay, with a pressure if you study, you won't remember anything. So you should always be happy. So these are the some of the like rules you should adopt. And IQ power. IQ, you should have a good IQ power. Means the continuous practice should be there. Continuously you have to practice on the hacker rank, hacker platform. Okay, it is not a one day or like in 1 month or 2 months. You should not, you can't achieve these things. Continuously you have to be practice with all these things. Okay, it's continuously effort should be there. Okay, yeah, we'll come to back to this software testing. Yeah, I don't know why people are leaving and again joining. So quality control that include the activities that ensure the verification and validation of the software that with respect to the documentation. With respect to the documentation, the test case document we will do the testing. Okay, I will explain one with example, one test case, so you will understand how we can maintain the quality control. So what is that? Verification of the developed software with respect to the documented. Okay, with respect to the document, we'll test the software, that is quality control. Okay, quality control. The testing means it includes the activities that ensure the identification of bugs, errors or defects in the software. Testing means what? So these are all the three terms are very different. Testing means it includes the activities that ensures the identification of bugs, errors and defects in the software. Testing, we need to identify the errors. Quality control means with respect to some documentation we need to test. Okay, so that is called as the test cases. We need to do the testing with the test cases. Like for I will discuss one example about this quality control. Okay, and like in the doctor will check the patient's health condition, improve हुआ है कि नहीं, control हुआ है कि नहीं. Okay. hmm? Quality control means the like उनका भी like how seriousness, how how the patient body is responding with the treatments. Control, quality control. Okay, so yeah, so this is about all the basics, and now we'll discuss about with respect to like for persistent, like the different testing methods and what type of questions you will get in the. Okay. uh, I think this screen is visible. Is it okay the fonts? Can anyone say yes? Is it okay fonts? Anyone say yes? Okay. Like there are some terms. Describe the software review and formal technical review. Software review and formal technical review. So software review works as a filter for the software process. It works as a filter for the software process. It helps to uncover errors and defects in a software. Uncover the errors and defects in the software. Software review means what? It finds some defects or errors in the software. So software review that ensures the quality of the software. Software review that defines the software including the requirements and design models, code and testing data. So what is software review? Software review means it it detects the errors or defect, it finds the defects or errors and it improve the quality of the software. Okay, so you may get a questions like software review dash that refines the software including requirement, design models, codes and testing data, or that improves the quality, or it uncovers the errors or defects in the software. So that is software review. Software review means it is a technique. It is a technique. Okay, like suppose if you buy any textbook, so while purchasing any textbook you will do some review, like पेज ओपन करते हो, उसका ऑथर वगैरह चेक करते हो, पेजेस चेक करते हो आप, like whether all the pages are in a proper format. So like just a cross check review. So in this way, then formal technical review. Formal technical review is a software quality control activity. Formal means standard. फॉर्मल ड्रेस, आपका फॉर्मल इंटरव्यू का फॉर्मल ड्रेस क्या है? हाँ, so formal technical review is a software quality control activity, and in this activity software developer and other team members are involved. Software developer and other team members are involved, and the objective of this formal technical review is to uncover the errors, verify that software under the technical review meets its requirement, to ensure that software must follow predefined standards, and to make the project manageable. See, software review is different. Formal technical review is different. Formal technical review is different. So in the formal technical review, standard like the software tester is involved, software developer is involved, managers are involved. Formal technical review. Software review means it is it is not a like all people are involved. Okay, so software review means it is to find the errors or defects. It is informal approach. A formal technical review means here these are the objective to uncover the errors and all, but who is involved here? Developers involved, team members are involved to test the software. Okay, so that is formal technical review. So formal technical review, it includes the walkthrough, and inspections. So each formal review is conducted as a normal meeting. Formal technical review is successful only if it is properly planned and executed. And also it is a it is a properly planned. It is a properly planned and executed. The formal technical review. So they will review. Technical members are present in the meeting and they will review the particular software. So that is formal technical review. So test cases. What is test case? A good test case. Okay. So before that, I can discuss like some example for the test cases. Okay. So test cases. Uh, so what you people do, like test cases for login page. Okay, so for login page means like credentials, username and password. Yeah, is it visible? Yeah, say anyone else? Test cases.
Yes, sir.
So the test cases like for example, verify if the user will be able to log in with valid username and password. Okay, if he is able to log in with valid username and password, then it is a positive test cases. Means once you provide the valid username and password, your login successful. So you have to rate these test cases positive. If the user cannot log in with a valid username and invalid password, here he is providing some wrong password to intentionally to check the software, to check the application. So it is a negative test case. So software tester, he should like, we need to write a test case in such a way that we need to provide all the different type of test case, positive test case and not negative test case. Okay, or verify the login page for both when the field is blank and submit the button is clicked. You are not provided any, it's a blank, username and password is a blank and you are clicking on the submit button. So that is a negative test case. Means you need to write positive and negative test case. These are all different test cases. Like here they are mentioned around 14 test cases for the login. So if you go for these test cases, if you go for these test cases, then you can say, okay, now my login page is working fine. Means if I provide only the registered username and password, then only it is accepting. Okay, so that's why these are the test cases. Verify, like what is that? Verify if there is a cancel button available to erase the entire text. That is usability testing. And also suppose if you are entered in the password field, and password field में कैसा रहता है text, it should be in a star mark, right? It should be in a star mark. अभी आपने suppose आपने enter password add किया and if it is visible, then then it is a failure of that particular software. It should be, password field means it should be in a asterisk or in some bullet format. Yes or no? So these are the different way to write the test cases. Different way to write the test cases. So here like these are the some of the attributes of the good test cases. uh, a good test has the high probability of finding the errors. Good test means high probability of finding the errors. To find the maximum error, the tester and developer should have the complete understanding of the software. Complete understanding of the software and attempt to check all the conditions that how the software might fail. We need to write the test cases with all the positive and negative test cases, right? We need to test with all the positive and negative test cases, so that we can check how the software will perform to find the maximum errors. As just now we discussed one example. So what it contains? It contains both positive and negative test cases. पॉजिटिव भी नेगेटिव भी, देन ओनली यू कैन से, सिर्फ आप If you check with only positive test case, you valid username, valid password, and login successful, then it is not a testing, it is not a proper testing. You have to check with the negative test case also. So that is a the good attribute, the attribute of a good test case. So it is not a redundant. Okay. It is, and test should neither too simple nor too complex. It should not be too simple or too complex. And this is the cyclomatic complexity. So cyclomatic complexity means like yeah, to analyze the complexity of the software testing. Okay. So like for example, if this program is there, so this program that contain the number of path, right? Okay, the conditions are involved. If this condition is true, then it will execute these statements. Some conditions are involved here. Okay, so for such type of that is called as cyclomatic complexity. Complexity means if the path is involved, if the path is involved in the program, so that is called as white box testing. White box testing means we'll do the we'll analyze the code. So we'll analyze the functionality or code coverage. So that is called as white box testing. So what is this technique? Cyclomatic complexity. Cyclomatic complexity, it can be used as a quality metric and gives a relative complexity of the various various designs. Okay, it is one of the software quality metrics. What is the technique? Cyclomatic complexity. It is able to compute faster than the that another particular metrics. Okay, so means we are analyzing here, we are analyzing the complexity of this code, how much it takes. So that technique is called as cyclomatic complexity. Okay, so here like this is one example uh, we can measure. Okay, so I will provide this document. And component testing, component means a unit testing. Component is also called as a unit testing, or it is also called as a module testing. It is also called as a module testing. And here I already told there are some concepts, stubs and drivers. Okay, component, just keep in mind, component means it is termed as a unit testing, or it is also called as a module, or it is also a program testing. It looks for the defects in the software and verifies its functioning. Okay, it finds the, it looks for the defects in the software and verifies its functioning, whether the particular module is working properly or not. Okay, it can be done in the isolation from the rest of the system depending. So in this testing, actually, yeah, I will show that the stubs and driver concept. mm, Stubs and driver, actually that stubs and in integration testing, in integration testing, after integration means it is a combination of different units. Okay, integration means testing means, for example, here this is one module 1, module 2, module 3. okay, ऐसे तीन मॉड्यूल्स है. If you do individually, if you do this individually means it is a unit testing. If you integrate these modules, then it is called as integration testing. आपने इंटीग्रेट किया तो इट इज कॉल्ड एज इंटीग्रेशन टेस्टिंग. एक ही मॉड्यूल टेस्ट किया तो क्या है? यूनिट टेस्टिंग. इंटीग्रेट करके M1 एंड M3 को मॉड्यूल को इंटीग्रेट किया, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज इंटीग्रेशन टेस्टिंग. ओके, so in integration testing again there are two concepts, that is a top down integration. Top down integration means ऊपर से नीचे. In this way we will do the testing. Top down, bottom up testing. What are the two types? Here I am not able to write properly. Top down and bottom up. bottom up testing, right? So top down में क्या है, first we will test this module 1, उसके बाद we will test module 2 and module 3. So that is called as a top down integration testing. Bottom up में क्या है, first we will go for this bottom level testings and then we will go for the top level. Bottom up testing, there are two types. And also one more is that sandwich testing. Sandwich means combination of these two, top down and bottom up. So here what we do here, in case of this top down integration, in case of this top down integration, stubs are involved. Stubs means what? This is very important. You should know this concept. Stubs means what? You are doing we are doing the integration testing, and this module is ready. Module 1 is ready for the testing. Okay. And module 3 is not ready. ये ready नहीं है, it is still under the development, but you need to now test the particular integration, but ये M3 module ready नहीं है. So what you do, you will create a dummy module. You will stubs means it is a means all the features are not implemented here. It is a dummy module. It is a dummy module. So all the features are not involved here, implemented. एक dummy module है to test this particular module. So in the suppose if it is called, if this particular is called to this this dummy module, so that is called as a stubs. We call it as a stubs. So and this stubs we use in the top to bottom case. Top to bottom case. In bottom to top, okay, in bottom to top means here suppose module 2 is ready. Module 2 ready है, right? Module 2 ready है, but module 1 ready नहीं है. So in such case we use a dummy module called as drivers. ये ड्राइवर्स कहाँ यूज करते हैं? बॉटम अप मॉड्यूल में. बॉटम अप वी यूज द ड्राइवर्स, एंड टॉप डाउन अप्रोच में क्या यूज करते हैं हम? स्टब. एंड बोथ आर डमी मॉड्यूल्स. स्टब्स एंड ड्राइवर्स बोथ आर डमी मॉड्यूल्स. Okay. Like for example, suppose here we'll take one example. Suppose यहाँ this is a payment transfer modules. Suppose यहाँ account balance, यहाँ आपने 1,000 रुपीज अकाउंट बैलेंस है. ओके. और हमको सिर्फ ये चेक करना है कि ये मॉड्यूल 1, ये मॉड्यूल्स मीन्स हमने थर्ड पार्टी को एक पेमेंट ट्रांसफर करने के बाद 500 रुपीज पेमेंट ट्रांसफर किया. ओके. तो 500 ट्रांसफर करने के बाद ये एक ही फंक्शनलिटी चेक करना है हमको, ये पर्टिकुलर दोनों मॉड्यूल के बीच. अभी मुझे 1,000 रुपीज़ मेरा अकाउंट बैलेंस था, उसमें 500 रुपीज़ ट्रांसफ़र करता हूँ, तो मेरा जो अकाउंट बैलेंस है उसके बाद अपडेट होना चाहिए कितना? 500 रुपीज़ अपडेट होना चाहिए आफ्टर डिडक्टिंग द 500. उतना ही चेक करना है. बट ये मॉड्यूल रेडी नहीं है, तो वो टाइम पे आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? इंस्टेड ऑफ वेस्टिंग द टाइम, इंस्टेड ऑफ वेटिंग यू क्रिएट ए डमी मॉड्यूल टू टेस्ट दिस फंक्शनैलिटी. जस्ट एक ही टेस्ट करना है हमको. क्या? 500 रुपीज़ डिडक्ट ट्रांसफ़र करना है थर्ड पार्टी को, वो होने के बाद मेरा अकाउंट में 500 अपडेट होना चाहिए. So instead of waiting till the completion of module 3, so what you do? You will wait. You will create a dummy module. So that dummy module is called as stubs and drivers. I hope it is clear. Yeah, 10:30. What we do? Shall we continue or shall we end session? Yes. Venu Bura. Can anyone say what we do? Shall we continue or shall we end? Yeah, test is there 11 o'clock. Okay, this is about means I will provide the document, but still if you are not understood the concepts and all, but just keep in mind, you people will get a questions based upon the scenario. For example, exploratory testing. Just keep in mind 20 questions last year the students they got 20 questions from the testing part. So you should know what are the different type of testing. Exploratory testing means suppose if you don't have any plan, you don't you if you have the minimum plan and maximum test case execution, if you have the minimum plan and maximum test case execution, आपको you don't have any test case document, so which type of testing? Exploratory testing. You go for the exploratory testing. Then differentiate between the retesting and regression testing. Regression testing means क्या है? Regression testing means like suppose if there is one module, okay, if there is one module, uh, this module is having like it is integrated to some another module m1 m2. तो regression testing means क्या है? ये particular module को इसमें error था and that you fixed those defects. वो errors defects को fix किया है. So after fixing the defects, it should not affect to this module. ये second ये m2 module को affect नहीं होना चाहिए. After fixing the defects in this module, it should not affect to the module 2. So which type of testing? Regression testing. Once you fix the defects in the bugs in the module, fix the defect, it should not affect to other integrated modules. Retesting means क्या है? It involves the testing of a single defect that was fixed and only the test is performed here. Retesting means like a single testing a single defect and that was fixed. The target is to ensure that defect that was just fixed was actually fixed properly. Okay, so that is called as retesting. Retesting. So and white box testing के लिए क्या चाहिए? So white box testing means you will analyze the code, you will analyze the logic. So prerequisite means you should know the like coding and all. Okay, the testers you should analyze the code. The programming knowledge is required for white box testing. So just now we discussed stubs and drivers. Stress testing. Stress testing is very important. Okay, stress testing. Stress testing. There are so many hundreds of testing methods are there. Stress testing. Stress testing means what? Stress testing is done to make sure that the system would not crash under the crunch situation. System crash नहीं होना चाहिए. It even tests beyond the normal operating point and evaluate how the system works under those extreme conditions. Stress testing. Okay. A most prominent use of stress testing is to determine the limit at which the system or software or hardware breaks. Okay. Stress testing. Like suppose अभी Moodle पे आप assignment करते हो, programming करते हो. So if suppose if 500 people if at a time if they use the Moodle server, it should not crash. Okay. So sometimes what happens अभी आपका like result वगैरह check करते हैं like for example JEE results वगैरह check करते हैं ना, तो वो टाइम पे सिस्टम एक एक बार ओपन नहीं होता. यू विल गेट सम 401 एरर एंड ऑल. वेबसाइट्स वो प्रॉपर्ली वर्क नहीं होता. व्हाई? बिकॉज ऑफ because of these failures. So that's why they go for these testings. Stress testing means कितना load handle कर सकता है particular website. Okay, so stress testing, volume testing, sanity testing, smoke testing. Okay, there are there are around 100, more than 100 different testing methods are there. So you should go through all those testing, sanity, ad hoc testing. So just keep in mind they will ask the questions based upon the scenario. Ad hoc testing means what? It is a testing that is performed without use of planning or documentation. Ad hoc means without use of the planning and documentation. That is also called as ad hoc testing. These tests are run only when the time unless a defect is found. Run only one time ad hoc testing. If the defect is found, testing can be repeated. Ad hoc testing means just without any planning, without any test cases, they will do the testing whether particular application is working or not. So you should know the scenario, then only you can handle the testing. Then next come to so you will go for the different levels of testings, okay, and also go for the Selenium testing tool, okay. In the Selenium testing tool, okay, so Selenium, okay, it is one of the open source software testing tool. Even I have created some of the videos. It is available in the YouTube. Selenium testing tool, it is an open source free testing tool. And in this Selenium testing tool, there are some different types like Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Git. These are the different types of Selenium testing tool. I think you may get some questions on this Selenium testing tool also, because I think the industry is using this Selenium testing tool, automation testing tool. Okay, so Selenium IDE, it is a Firefox plugin. Okay, Firefox plugin ID, the Selenium WebDriver, these are all different types of Selenium testing tools. Okay, so for this, even you'll get the different resources, and also the main website for this is selenium.hq.org. Okay, seleniumhq.org is the main website. You just note down क्या है main website इसका. Here you can download this software: Selenium IDE, Selenium Grid, Selenium WebDriver. Okay, uh, so the website कौन सा है ये? selenium.hq.org बोल के आप टाइप करो, seleniumhq.org or selenium.dup. Okay, so okay, so this particular link, so you have to go through and you will get some MCQ questions, based upon this. What are the different types, and here there is complete detail they are given, with the installations, libraries and all. So if you are interested, you can definitely you can go with the Selenium testing tool, and you can add it in your resume. You can add it in the resume that after going through all these Selenium concepts. So it is easy to use, because even non-technical people also they are using this particular software. Even means BSc diploma students, they are working on this tool, automation tool. So what is that? The link seleniumhq.org. You type it, you will get that Selenium testing tool. Okay. So yeah, with this we'll end the session, and if you have any doubts, or if you have any other points you want to discuss, you can discuss. And the test the test will be in the Moodle. Test will be in the Moodle. Will Test will be in the Moodle, and we'll conduct at 11:30. 11:30 we'll take the test. Okay, that coding test. Don't worry about 11:30. 11:30 will take, and it is in hacker rank. Is there anything to discuss, or shall we end? Shall we end the session, or is there anything to discuss? And it is because you have to go through all the different testing levels, and that seleniumhq.org. Okay, because uh, it is not possible to cover in 1 or 2 minutes, 1 or 2 hours. In 2 hours, I think it is one and a half an hour we are discussed. but it is difficult to cover all these points. But you will get the questions based upon the scenario. A particular scenario rato concept, which type of testing should we use? Okay, suppose if you analyze the code, if you analyze the functions and all, so concept which type of coding, like white box testing. And suppose if you deal with only the input and output, black box testing. In black box testing, we'll just provide the input and output. Okay, so it is based upon the scenario. It is based upon the scenario which type of testing you should use. Just keep in mind the 5 questions, 5 to 6 questions from the aptitude, 15 to 20 questions some for software testing we got last time, and computer networking 5 to 6 questions, then 5 to 6 questions in the computer network, and operating system 5 to 6 questions. If you go through all these, 100% definitely you will get into the, because if you clear this MCQ round, you can select for the at least the basic package, I think that 4.4. Okay, so with this we'll end the session. If you want to discuss any other thing, we'll discuss, otherwise we'll end we'll end the session, and 11:30 we'll start. Okay, 11:30 we'll start the test. If any changes, so just I will communicate through the WhatsApp, through Chavan sir will coordinate that if any changes. Okay, but the timing is 11:30. Okay, 11:30 we will start. So if you don't have any questions, you can leave the session.